So this is just a verbal documentation of things that I know. Things that I know. I'm not proud of the things I know, especially when it comes to crime, having prophetic dreams about criminals or criminal activity. I don't like sharing much about my astral projection ability. The gifts I've been given, I like to keep those private because they've been a protective device in my life for as long as I can remember. And some of you may think, boy, this lady she's off. She's out there. This is X-Files stuff. This is the Oprah Winfrey show. It's not. But what I'm going to tell you might shock you. So the stuff I know. The stuff I've known since I was a little kid. I have seen incestual relationships. I've seen crime. I've seen abuse of animals. I've seen drug dealers. I've seen people lie about murdering someone. I've actually literally found dead people. I've been led to help others when they're freaking out because they can't handle what they're seeing and hearing. They think they're going crazy. And then here I come and say, well, this is why. This is why you're seeing this. This is why you're hearing this, is because you're not paying attention. So I've had people tell me that they've had blueprints to women's houses. I've literally had a couple times where I've woken up and someone has violently raped me. And for me to be calm, cool, and collective and not call the cops because I knew the person and I thought I could trust them. And you're probably saying, whoa, 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 this is too heavy for me. This is too much for me. And I'm telling you, as a female, as a woman, a young woman, a child, a young woman, then an adult woman, and then a mature woman, that what I'm telling you is the truth. There's been instances in my life that I can't explain. The reason why I know what I know. I've known when people have committed heinous crimes, followed me around since high school, and shown up in the town I live unmistakably 20, 30 years later. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. And to me, it's just off the wall. I mean, it's off the wall to me to tell you these things, but it's also off the wall to me to say, if these things are going on in your life, if you have someone show up from high school 25 or 30 years later, and they message you on Facebook and say, I've been living here for 15 years. I've been watching you. Creep alert. Something's off. Those people need to go. They need to go away. And in the name of Jesus, I just rebuke any satanic activity that's around me. Anybody that's trying to harm me or my children, they need to go. They just need to back off because Jesus is in control. I'm not in control. Jesus is in control. He's given me the gifts I have for a reason. Or maybe the government did. I don't know. Maybe the government did because there were government projects that happened years ago that I don't know about. I was never allowed to know my family. When I was growing up, I was told, do not contact these people. Do not try to have relationships with these people. And I always thought, wait, something was wrong with me. Like, I was the youngest of my family, the youngest of my siblings, but I was a change of life baby. My mom had me when she was older, supposedly. But something's off. I did a DNA test last year, And ever since I did the DNA test, nobody in my family wants to talk to me at all. The adults anyway, because they think they know what is going on, but they don't. Not even my supposedly bio dad understands my DNA results. My DNA results do not match his. Something is off. There have been some big hidden lies about me that nobody wants to take responsibility for. So I'll leave you with this short story. So I promised myself and God that I would never share my story until my mother passed away. My mother passed away in 2019. And I had been working on my story for years. But the publisher, when they saw my finished work, they couldn't handle what I was saying. They said it was out of their caliber. It wasn't what they could deal with. They couldn't publish what I said. So, frustrated, alone, nobody wants to hear my story. Again, 2020 rolls around. My stepmom passes away after being diagnosed with some type of strange cancer that crept up on her, and she passed away right at the beginning of 2021. But the odd thing about that is she passed away at a moment in time, like the hour, the minute, the day, the hour, and the minute I sat down to a very important meeting. And I had received over 30 messages, private messages from her when she hasn't ever talked to me. She's never wanted to talk to me. We never really got along. She was super abusive when I was young. And then suddenly I'm getting all of these messages from her with no explanation. When I contacted my dad and said, I'm so sorry. I am freaking out. I can't handle this. I can't be there. I don't have a car. I can't get there. But somebody from the family will be there. And they were. Somebody from my family stood in for me. However, that situation went from bad to worse. The first day I messaged my dad and I said, I love you. He said, I love you too. And I